Hi everyone, Steve Elliott here again. Hope you're having a great day. This is a sketch I did in Tayasui Sketches. It's just a quick sketch of a glass and some ice. And sometimes, you know, you just see a picture of something and you just want to get it down as a sketch. And that's why I love sketchbooks so much, because you can put anything in them. So I do try and theme them, I must say, but you can just draw whatever takes your fancy, and you know you're not going to be sharing that with anybody. So I encourage everybody to have a go at getting a sketchbook and filling it in, because it's a great way to just sort of practice things and not think about having to show it anybody. It's just for you. And this isn't the best sketch in the world, or you know, the best rendition of some ice and glass, but I had a lot of fun doing it. And let's get into it. So when I said I encourage you to get a sketchbook, I didn't particularly mean a paper sketchbook. A digital one's fine. I'm using Tayasui now, and this is video 20 in this series, so I might be thinking of looking for a different app soon for to try something different. But at the minute, I am quite happy with this. So this is a sketch of some glass with ice in it, taken from this photo that I took when I was out with Special K one night. This is a glass of gin with ice in it, and I sort of was sitting there looking at the glass thinking, I'll make a nice sketch, having a go at sketching that ice. So I whipped my phone out, switched to the cameras, taking a picture, ruined the romantic moment, as you do, because you know it comes with the territory as artists. I have to put the art first, you know what I'm saying? So I took this picture, quickly put my phone away, because I'm not into I don't like using my phone a lot when I'm out socializing. I'm not one of these people that's on Facebook and Twitter and all of that. I'm not into that. But I do if I see something that I think, oh, I could paint that, the phone comes out straight away, and I'm there snapping away to get something. So I took a picture of this glass. In fact, I took quite a few, really, trying different settings on the phone, because I've been watching lots of videos of photographers recently, because you can't help it. Once if you're taking photos to sketch, you start looking at the photos, and if you follow my channel, you know I'm not a brilliant photographer. I just I see something and I get a picture straight away, and I think, right, that's got it, because I can correct everything when I'm painting. I can move stuff around and things like that. Then I started to watch a few photography channels and videographers and stuff like that. I'm thinking, wow, they take cool photos. So I have sort of started to pay a little bit more attention to photography and trying to get a little bit better. So there you go. Anyway, this sketch, I'm doing it in just the pencil. I decided to do the whole thing as a pencil sketch and see if I could get a decent rendition of the ice and the glass. And the reason that I'm interested in this is when I was 15, 16 and still at school, I was doing a CSE art qualification. So I'm that old that we didn't have GCSEs when I was at school. We had CSEs and GCEs, and if you was clever, you got to do the GCEs, and if you wasn't clever, you had to do a CSE. And they had no trouble in sort of pointing out to everybody what your expectations are in life. We had 3 streams in our school. We had T, M and P, and if you was in the T stream, it meant you were top, and if you was in the M stream, you were middle, and if you were in the P stream, it meant you were poor. So at the age of 11, you knew you'd failed. You knew you was on the scrap heap and going nowhere. So anyway, I was actually in the top stream, but top stream of in a school where you wasn't considered to be very clever and only allowed to do CSEs. So anyway, getting back to the story, there was in all of our year, because it was there was only 2 people that wanted to do art CSE. That was me and my brother. I'm a twin, so we quite a lot for a lot of the school. They didn't let us. They wouldn't let us be in the same class. Because the people couldn't tell us apart. My brother was actually put in the middle class, which I was quite chuffed about, because that kind of meant that I was cleverer than he was, because I was in the top class. Actually, he did do better than me in the CSEs, so he proved that theory wrong. But anyway, we were the only 2 that did art, and for my art piece, the theme that you're given about 5 different themes to choose from, and I chose thirst. And I thought it would be cool to paint a desert scene with an arm in the scene reaching out to pick up a glass of ice cold water. I thought that was pretty cool, you know. So that's what I did. That was my CSE final piece, and you had to produce sketches for it. We all had sketchbooks at school, and we had to do sketches in the sketchbooks for our theme. And the art teachers, they weren't particularly good at our school, but I have to say, this particular day, this teacher was on it. He was on it, and he came up to me and he says, "Young Elliot, you need to look further into that glass. Don't just paint the glass. Look at the reflections in the glass and all the colours that are bouncing off it." And that bit of advice has stuck with me, you know, all through my life. And I did put a lot of effort into painting all of the reflections in the glass, because I had a glass in front of me on my desk. So I don't know how it worked that in the painting in the desert you could see a desk in the reflection of the glass. I don't know, but anyway, I did it, and I was really proud of that. I haven't got the painting now, so I can't show you. But I was really proud of it, and it did sort of it stuck with me. So whenever I draw glass, I really pay attention, especially glasses of fluid, liquids and things, drinks and stuff like that. I do get a kick out of it, because it reminds me of that sort of more innocent time, you know, when I was at school and everything. So that's why I like drawing glasses of drinks and things. And it's great to have a sketchbook to do that in, because it's not a painting, is it? I'm not going to put this on, I suppose, well, not this because it's a sketch, but I suppose you could do a sort of a blown up version and sort of zoom in and paint it as a sort of semi-abstract thing or something to sell, I guess. Yeah, I guess that would work, but not this. This is just a fun sketch. So that's why I'm saying get a sketchbook and, you know, just draw for fun. Because, you know, you can all, I'm sure you can all sort of sketch and enjoy it and not worry about the fear of producing something brilliant and showing it and sharing it with other people. You don't have to. And that is the cool thing about sketchbooks. And then later, you can flick through your sketchbooks. And I've got loads of proper, you know, paper sketchbooks, probably 20 or 30 lying around with sketches, and I've even got the one from school with the glass of water in it and the hand reaching out. I've still got that sketchbook. I haven't got the painting, but I've got the sketch somewhere lying around, and lots of sketches. And it shows you how you can look back and see how you've improved, probably in a way different to your paintings, because it's chronological, and you can sort of follow the sequence and see exactly how your progress is moving step by step, which is not quite so easy to do with paintings, I think. So, you know, that's a good reason to get sketchbooks. And also, you put memories in. You know, I can open a sketchbook and it will bring back loads and loads of memories. I've got a sketchbook that I've taken to St. Ives many years ago, and I filled it, you know, well, I didn't fill the book, but I probably filled about a quarter of it on this holiday when my kids were little. And I look back those sketches, and it just brings back all of those memories, you know, of the times that I was, the fun times that I was having while I was there, sort of sketching on the beach and stuff. So yeah, sketchbooks are a lot more than just a series of sketches. They are, they can be, you know, a memory. It's like a diary, a visual diary. It can be a way of improving, it can be a way of collecting ideas and all sorts of things. So go out and get a sketchbook. I think you will love it if you haven't done so already. If you have, that's great. In fact, I'd like you to. That brings me to another thing. Is I'm thinking of setting up a Facebook group for traditional digital artists, and I would like to know how many of you would be actually interested in joining that group. Is it worth me setting up, do you think? So leave a comment below, because I've looked around and I've seen lots of sort of iPad painting groups and traditional artist groups and digital artist groups with lots of anime in and stuff like that. But I want to do one just for people that want to paint traditional in a traditional way, but digitally. So if you'd be interested in joining that group, just stick a comment below and it gives me an idea if it's worth me doing or not. Back to the sketch. I've pretty much talked about everything but the sketch. I created another layer for the background, put the layer underneath the glass, and then just shaded it all in, and then used the eraser to lift it out. I wanted to do this pretty much as a traditional way of drawing, apart from this fact that I actually drew the background below the pencil drawing layer, which you can't obviously do traditionally. So I kind of crashed and burned at the last stage, but I just felt that would be the best way to get a nice even background where the lines were running parallel both sides of the glass. So that's why I did that. And then on the foot of the glass, you'll notice I've kind of magnified the grain in what would be the table or the background to sort of emphasize that the glass is there. And then I sort of shade it in a bit more and try and bring the colours back similar to the table but a little bit lighter, and then put a few shadows on it, and also make sure I get the light and dark rim around the glass. That's important as well. Add in a few highlights there just to put the finishing touches to this. I was going to say quick sketch, but it took over an hour really. And that's it. That is my glass and ice sketch in Tayasui Sketches, taking me right back to my school days. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, a big thumbs up as always is much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I have lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them with you. So hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!